In a world of leafy greens and root vegetables, one eggplant stood above the rest, not for his vibrant color, but for his villainous ambition. This is the story of Gru-eggplant. Our tale begins in a dark, ominous lair nestled deep beneath a suburban vegetable patch. Gru-eggplant, a large, grumpy eggplant with a pointy nose-like stem, paced back and forth. All around him, a chaotic symphony of tiny bell peppers. His minions scurried about, chattering in their high-pitched gibberish. One minion, wearing tiny goggles fashioned from bottle caps, accidentally launched a shrink ray, zapping a nearby zucchini into a tiny gherkin. Gru-eggplant glared. "Minions!" he boomed, his voice echoing through the cavernous lab. "Today, we are going to pull off the crime of the century. We are going to steal the moon." The bell peppers erupted in a frenzy of cheers, bumping into each other and tumbling like a colorful avalanche. Yes, the moon. And once we have the moon, the world will finally respect us. No more being sliced into Parmigiana, no more being roasted with olive oil. His presentation was interrupted by a loud bang at his front door. He scowled, stomping up the stairs. At the door stood a rival villain, the suave and slender Zucchini-tor, holding a newspaper. The headline read, "Pyramid of Giza Stolen." Zucchini-tor smirked. "Heard you were planning something big, Gru-eggplant. But it seems someone beat you to it. Stealing a pyramid. That's impressive. What were you planning? Stealing a single, slightly overripe strawberry?" He laughed, a high-pitched, villainous cackle, before sauntering away. Gru-eggplant slammed the door, his purple skin practically vibrating with rage. He slid down the door, defeated. "He's right," he mumbled to his oldest minion, a wise-looking yellow bell pepper named Kevin. "How can I top stealing a pyramid?" The next day, Gru-eggplant marched into the Bank of Evil, a hollowed-out pumpkin run by the formidable Mr. Sproutkins. "Mr. Sproutkins," Gru-eggplant announced, "I need a loan for my next big scheme." "I'm going to steal the moon." Mr. Sproutkins, a tiny but intimidating Brussels sprout, peered over his glasses. "The moon, you say? A bold plan, Gru-eggplant. But we can't fund you without the shrink ray." Dejected, Gru-eggplant left the bank. He needed that shrink ray, but it was heavily guarded. As he plotted, he noticed three small figures going door to door, selling cookies. It was three little orphan vegetables. The eldest, a sensible and tall carrot named Margot, led the way. Behind her was Edith, a rebellious potato with a knitted cap pulled low, and little Agnes, a sweet cherry tomato with wide, innocent eyes. Agnes clutched a stuffed unicorn-shaped radish. "Cookies, get your fresh-baked cookies," they chanted. He watched as they walked right up to Zucchini-tor's fortress and, to his astonishment, were let right in. A light bulb, or rather a tiny glowing firefly, went off above Gru-eggplant's head. "That's it," he exclaimed. "My ticket inside. I will adopt the little sprouts." He went straight to the orphanage, a quaint little greenhouse run by Miss Hattie Flower, a sunflower with a perpetually stern expression. After a cringe-worthy display of feigned fatherly affection, Gru-eggplant found himself the legal guardian of Margot, Edith, and Agnes. Back at the lair, the girls were in awe. "Whoa, this place is awesome," Edith shouted, sliding down a banister. Agnes spotted Gru-eggplant's fearsome-looking iron beetlipet. "Ew, fluffy," she squealed, hugging it tightly. The beetla, surprisingly, began to purr. Margot, ever the responsible one, looked around skeptically. "So, what are the rules in this house?" Gru-eggplant, flustered, tried to lay down the law. Rule number 1, you will not touch anything. Rule number 2, you will not bother me while I'm working. Rule number 3, you will not cry or whine or laugh or giggle or sneeze or burp or fart. So no annoying sounds. Agnes let out a tiny, high-pitched achoo. Gru-eggplant stared at her. Double quotes. Okay, one annoying sound. The next phase of his plan began. He had his chief scientist, Dr. Nefaria Lee, a very old and hard-of-hearing broccoli stalk, create cookie robots. These robots will infiltrate Zucchinitor's lair and allow us to steal the shrink ray. Gru-eggplant explained the girls were tasked with selling the cookies. At Zucchinitor's door, the plan worked perfectly. While Zucchinitor was distracted by Inez's cuteness, the cookie bot scurried inside and nabbed the shrink ray. Victory, Gru-eggplant and his minions celebrated by shrinking everything inside chairs, tables, even a fellow minion, who was then carried away by a gentle breeze. But having 3 little vegetables around started to change things. They made him take them to a theme park inside a giant watermelon. He found himself, against his better judgment, trying to win Agnes a fluffy unicorn radish prize. When the carnival game, run by a smarmy corn on the cob, turned out to be rigged, Gru-eggplant unleashed his freeze ray. "Knock ITOFF," he yelled, zapping the game and grabbing the prize. Inez's shriek of joy was deafening. "It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die," she screamed, hugging the prize. For the first time, Gru-eggplant felt a strange warmth spread through his seedy core. Later that night, the girls asked him to read them a bedtime story. He reluctantly picked up a pop-up book called Sleepy Kittens, reading it in his most menacing voice. 3 little kittens loved to play. They had fun all day. He cringed, but as he finished, Agnes gave him a kiss on the cheek. "Good night, Gru-eggplant. It was nice." His focus wavered. Dr. Nefarioli noticed the change. "Gru-eggplant, the girls are a distraction. The moon mission is our priority," he croaked. "I have called Ms. Hattieflower. She is coming to take them back to the orphanage." Gru-eggplant's heart, or what passed for one, sank. He knew Dr. Nefarioli was right. For the sake of his villainous dream, he had to let them go. He told the girls they were leaving, his voice cold and distant. Their sad little faces were almost too much to bear. With the girls gone, the lair was quiet, too quiet. Gru-eggplant and his minions flew to the moon in their rocket ship. He successfully shrunk it, holding the glowing white orb in his hand. He had done it, he had stolen the moon. But as he looked at the tiny, beautiful sphere, he felt nothing, just emptiness. Back on Earth, he discovered a note from Agnes, an invitation to their dance recital. He looked at the time. It was starting right now. He raced to the recital hall, but he was too late. The show was over. And worse, a note was left on their empty seat. "I have your girls, Zucchinitor." It turned out Zucchinitor had kidnapped the girls, demanding the moon as ransom. Enraged, Gru-eggplant flew to Zucchinitor's lair. He gave him the moon, but Zucchinitor double-crossed him, flying off with the girls and the moon. But there was a problem Zucchinitor hadn't counted on. The effects of the shrink ray were temporary. The bigger the original object, the faster it returned to its normal size. Inside Zucchinitor's ship, the moon began to grow rapidly. It burst out of the ship, launching Zucchinitor into space, where he now orbits the Earth, a permanent, green satellite. In the chaos, Gru-eggplant executed a daring mid-air rescue, catching the girls as they fell. He held them close, safe at last. "I got you," he whispered. That night, he read them a new bedtime story, one he wrote himself. It was about a grumpy eggplant who lived with 3 lovely little vegetables. As they slept, Gru-eggplant and his minions sat on the roof, watching the moon, now back in its rightful place. One of the minions patted his arm, and for the first time, Gru-eggplant smiled a real, genuine smile. He was no longer just a villain, he was a dad. And that was the greatest prize of all. Thank you for watching our veggie-filled adventure. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the patch.